side posture of the sacroiliac joint with a kickstart move. So please, Alberto, sit right here. And for that, we're going to show the patient where to sit so he doesn't sit everywhere on the table. And we can use a towel to put, if he has very narrow waist, to put at the waist and to keep in alignment the lumbar and the thoracic. We don't need that with him. So the patient is going to be put in side posture, his head resting on the headpiece, in neutral position. I'm going to straighten the leg, the inferior leg, bend the superior leg, pull his elbow down, and rotate him to have him vertical, both shoulders vertical in relation to the plane of the table, okay? Now, I'm going to take a pisiform contact right here, and I'm going to put the pisiform contact on the posterior superior iliac spine on the back, and this would be just right there, okay? So I am going to be medial, facing the medial patient. I bring my leg up, and I make sure that my knee is at the level of the buns, okay? So this should be on a straight line. I'm going to take my cephalad hand, place it on the anterior superior aspect of the shoulder, and I push the elbow up. I pull up and posterior on my contact, and then I press down, I extend my leg to get the gapping on the superior part. I take my contact, my pisiform contact, and I am ready to go and trust. It's easy and smooth. The doctor gave a quick, short thrust with the knee extension. It's going to be this way. The push is 60% from the shoulder, this shoulder, and 40% from the leg. The thrust should not be over 40% from the leg, because that will lead too much body rotation. So a lot of the strength is provided by the shoulder on this move. So the inferior arc of tension is created by a blockage of the inferior iliac on the table surface. The long arm of the patient's femur is pressed in internal rotation this way against the inferior portion of the pubic rami, creating a gapping of the superior iliac joint. It's basically this motion. The superior arc of tension himself is going to be created by flexion of the lumbar and thoracic section, and by the light axial traction that we have here. So by pushing the shaft of the upper thigh posterior, the inferior SI is kept from gapping, while the superior SI is increased in its gapping. So the technique is quite performant in moving a posterior SI joint. Basically, the technique requires strong push and a certain shoulder strength, and that makes it a little bit harder if the patient is huge or much bigger than the doctor. Sideline adjustment is always difficult if you have a big patient and you are yourself a smaller doctor. Now, if we use the kickstart, basically the table can be a little bit higher than usual, but your arm, especially for a sacroiliac, your shoulder needs to be strong to push on that ilium. So there is a way that we call the body drop, where somebody smaller with less strength is going to use his weight. But for that, you need, if you're a petite individual, a table may be, and I raise that table on purpose, it will never go down enough to allow a treatment correctly. So it's why it's useful to have a little stepper like that, makes things extremely easy, and you're going to be able to use your body drop. So I'm going to position my patient, and here I am directly on the area that I want to treat. I will position my patient, and this time I'm going to tilt him almost off the table so I can lean my TFL against his TFL, stretch his shoulder up, and then I can use my body drop. So the advantage of that, you have your arm semi-extended, and you use your body to perform 60 to 80% of the thrust by pushing the leg down. And the trick is to roll the body off the table. If I use a kickstart, the body is almost vertical or even posterior to the table. In a sideline body drop, the body is almost off the table, but I push in that body with my own body.